everyone. Ever look up at the sky and wonder just how big that giant ball of fire really is? We see the sun every day, but its true size is almost impossible to imagine. Today, we're going on an epic journey to understand the colossal scale of our star, and trust me, it's going to blow your mind. Let's start with a simple comparison. Earth. We think our planet is pretty big, right? It takes a full day to fly from one side to the other. But when you put Earth next to the sun, it's like comparing a tiny blueberry to a gigantic beach ball. Seriously, you could fit about 1.3 million Earths inside the sun. Let that sink in. 1.3 million. If you started counting every single person in a major city, you wouldn't even come close to that number. It's just staggering. Imagine for a second that the sun was completely hollow. You could take every single planet in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, and they would all fit inside the sun with tons of room to spare. It's not just a little bigger than everything else. It's overwhelmingly massive. In fact, the sun contains 99.86% of all the mass in our entire solar system. Everything else, all the planets, moons, asteroids, and comets combined, makes up just a tiny sliver, a mere 0.14%. The sun isn't just the center of our solar system, it basically is the solar system. Let's talk about its surface. The sun's diameter is about 1.4 million kilometers, or 870,000 miles. To put that in perspective, if you could drive a car around the sun's equator at highway speeds, it would take you more than 5 years to complete one lap without ever stopping. A commercial airplane flying around it would take over half a century. The Earth's diameter is just under 13,000 kilometers. This means you could line up 109 Earths side by side just to span the diameter of the sun. Now, let's get into some crazy facts that make the sun even more incredible. You know those beautiful sunsets we love? The light from the sun doesn't reach us instantly. It travels at the fastest speed possible, the speed of light. But because the sun is so far away, about 150 million kilometers, it still takes that light about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach our eyes. So, when you see the sun setting, it actually dipped below the horizon over 8 minutes ago. You're always looking at the sun as it was in the past. And what is the sun actually made of? It is not a solid ball or on fire in the way we think of fire on Earth. The sun is a giant, churning ball of super hot gas, mostly hydrogen and helium. The immense pressure and temperature at its core, we are talking 15 million degrees Celsius, triggers a process called nuclear fusion. This is where hydrogen atoms smash together to form helium, releasing an unimaginable amount of energy in the process. This energy is what powers the sun and provides all the light and heat for our solar system. The amount of energy the sun produces every second is more than humanity has used in its entire history. Just a tiny fraction of that energy reaches Earth, but it's enough to power our weather, keep our planet warm, and allow life to exist. Without the sun, Earth would be a frozen, lifeless rock floating in the dark. Here is another mind-bending fact. The sun is so massive that its gravity is what holds our entire solar system together. It's like a cosmic anchor. The Earth is constantly moving around the sun at about 107,000 kilometers per hour, or 67,000 miles per hour. We're hurtling through space right now, but the sun's powerful gravity keeps us in a stable orbit, preventing us from flying off into the cold, empty void. Let's visualize its size another way. If we shrank the sun down to the size of a standard front door, Earth would be the size of a small coin, like a nickel. And our moon? It would be a tiny speck of dust next to that coin. Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, would only be about the size of a basketball. This really shows you the hierarchy of our cosmic neighborhood. The sun is the undisputed king. Even the sun's surface is a chaotic and violent place. We often see it as a smooth, perfect circle, but it's covered in dark spots called sunspots, which are cooler areas on the surface. Some of these sunspots are larger than the entire planet Earth. The sun also frequently erupts in solar flares and coronal mass ejections, which are gigantic explosions of energy and particles that shoot out into space. A large solar flare can release the energy of millions of hydrogen bombs exploding at once. But don't worry, our planet has a magnetic field that protects us from most of this harmful solar radiation. Sometimes, however, these solar particles interact with our atmosphere and create the beautiful northern and southern lights, or auroras. So, even the sun's violent outbursts can create something incredibly beautiful. Now, you might be thinking, if the sun is constantly burning through its fuel, will it last forever? The answer is no, but don't pack your bags just yet. The sun is about 4.6 billion years old, which is about middle-aged for a star of its type. It has enough hydrogen fuel in its core to keep burning for another 5 billion years. So we've got plenty of time. When it does start to run out of fuel, it will begin a dramatic transformation. It will swell up into a red giant, becoming so large that it will swallow Mercury, Venus, and possibly even Earth. After that, it will shed its outer layers, creating a beautiful planetary nebula, and its core will shrink down into a tiny, dense object called a white dwarf, about the size of Earth. This white dwarf will then slowly cool down over trillions of years until it becomes a cold, dark black dwarf. So, from a tiny blueberry next to a beach ball, to a cosmic engine that powers life, to a future red giant, the sun is truly one of the most fascinating objects in the universe. It's a reminder of just how small we are in the grand scheme of things, but also how lucky we are to be living in the perfect spot to receive its life-giving warmth. The next time you feel the sunshine on your face, take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey that light has made in the colossal star it came from. Our sun is not just a light in the sky. It's our anchor, our furnace, and the source of all life on Earth. It's a constant, powerful presence that defines our existence. I hope this has given you a new perspective on that familiar golden orb in the sky. It's easy to take it for granted, but its scale and power are truly beyond human comprehension. What's your favorite fact about the sun? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for joining me on this cosmic adventure today. If you enjoyed this and want to explore more wonders of the universe, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.